I have been talking for the last couple of reaction videos about how badly I want her mom to make an appearance. Just like that, by talking about rank, all of a sudden, I have something I want to rant about. Just get ready for it, okay? If we're pulling the rank card, where the heck is Caitlyn's mom? Also, as someone who is a big Carla Tannhauser fan, I do have to ask, why can't we bring her mom in? So coming in at number 1 is the Carla Tannhauser metahuman storyline.
Frost, been a while since we called. Now that is what you call art.
You know, I feel like there's a lot of things that we can call this art piece. You know, it's something. It's something, girl. I mean, go off. It's you know, you worked hard.
Since when do I sweat?
You don't, honey. That should have been your first red flag.
What the hell?
Okay, that's interesting. The fire didn't hurt her the way it hurts other normal people. I'm interested to hear more about this.
Were you
Grieving? Nope, I was perfectly happy working on a new piece. Could be the best thing I've ever done.
I love how Frost just nearly got burnt to a crisp, and all she is worried about is stating the fact that she was making an absolute masterpiece prior to it all happening.
Frost, been a while since we caught up. What's wrong? It's about
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know how long I've been waiting for the return of Carla Tannhauser. I mention it in my reaction videos and any video I make about The Flash, just about. I mention this because I really have been wanting them to pick back up on this storyline that they started like 3 seasons ago about Caitlyn's mom potentially being a metahuman. I'm hoping we can about that in this episode. And yeah, I'm glad that they finally brought her back. I'm super hyped. I've been super hyped about this since I watched the trailer for this episode last week. Super glad she's back.
So this is an arson case?
You'd know a thing or two about arson, wouldn't ya? Come on, I know everybody remembers that one episode in season 5 where they were investigating like the Snow family or whatever, trying to figure out what happened to Thomas, and they ran across that one shut down lab that had been or got set on fire or whatever, and they were all really out here thinking that it was an arson case or whatever. Not that I'm saying Carla did it, because I'm pretty sure they said that she didn't, but Thomas did. Thomas's alter ego, I should say, probably wiped that hoe out or whatever to erase the evidence. But I just think that, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm going off on this tangent right now, but I just felt like it was a funny, relevant thing to say.
Carla, you can't actually be considering this.
I'm kind of wondering the same thing as Barry in this moment, because like I know Carla will do anything to help her children, right? Because even when she wasn't on good terms with Caitlyn, she was still willing to help her in some capacity most of the time. But why would you want to willingly help your child do something that would get her killed, maybe? Or you know, you don't know if it'll get her killed or not, but it's dangerous and there's always that potential. So I was low-key wondering the same thing, like girl, are you good? Like, this is dangerous stuff.
I believe it's because her meta abilities are cryokinetic.
Do you think it's hunting her for fuel?
So you're telling me this fire wants to turn my good sis Frost into a protein shake?
I'm sorry, but I can't support this.
I find it hilarious how they both had the exact same reaction. Like, Frost is so much like Carla, and I imagine Caitlyn is probably extremely similar to her father, you know? And I say probably because we never have actually really met Thomas for a long period of time, but based on what we've heard about him, they seem similar. So you got one daughter that takes after each.
Well, when this is over, there's a job waiting for you at Tannhauser Labs. Spoiler, I pay better.
And you know, I totally believe you when you say that. Like, I know you be giving the good salaries to your employees, but also, I got a quick question. Why does every guest star that comes on this show love up on Chester so much? Like, I know when Ray Palmer came on the show, and you know, there's been some other people, I can't even think of it at the moment, but you know, now you got Carla. Like, what is the writer's obsession with Chester, bro? Like, I mean, Chester's not a bad character, Chester's cool, but but I don't really think he's like supreme. You feel me? Like he's a great character. This is not Chester slander, okay? I don't get it. Like, what are we? Why does every guest star have to praise him so hard? Like, I don't know. I just find it a bit weird. But I mean, hey, I'm not hating. I am so glad that they brought Caitlyn back in this episode. I was low-key worried that they weren't, and I would have been really mad if they didn't bring her back in this episode because, I mean, it's one of those occasions where her mom is here, so I would have been a little upset if they wouldn't have interacted at all. But also, I just love having Caitlyn around. I mean, so I'm glad she's here. I really am.
We're lucky your boss is a superhero.
I love how fond Carla is of Barry on the low. Like, you can just tell that she appreciates this man, and I just love the little interactions between her and Barry. Because, I mean, though they are few and far between, they are still, like, I don't know, I just like the interactions between them, you know?
If only there was a way to make Frost more attractive to the Flames. Sounds like something.
I love Caitlyn's face in this scene. She is like, you are not seriously talking about continuing this plan after I just said we shouldn't.
Meet us in the speed lab. Sit down.
I love Caitlyn's attitude this episode. She is not holding back.
You stay.
Dang, she is really giving her mom that that kind of attitude. She's like, you sit right there and do not move.
Like when you stabbed yourself just to get Chillblaine arrested that first time.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of on Frost's side for that. I mean, she didn't really only do it just to get him arrested. He also had her in a chokehold, I believe, or something. He had her like pinned down or something, and she just decided that the best way to get out of it was to stab him through herself. But she also has regenerative capabilities. Like, I feel like we're forgetting that. Like, her regenerative capabilities are extremely impressive and very quick. So, I mean, I wouldn't stress about a stab wound or anything. So I don't really think that what she did was too drastic.
Hey, we made a decision today to try to protect people. I would think that you would be fine with that.
What I am not fine with is losing Frost forever.
Have we ever had an episode where Caitlyn and her mother have not argued about something in some capacity? I do not think we have. But you know what? That's okay, because it low-key makes good TV content. But also, I just feel like it's with love, you know? Like, their arguments are with love. I just think that they're very similar but very different people, so they're always like butting heads slightly, which is okay. But I do think that Caitlyn is in the right here, because putting Frost's life on the line isn't exactly worth it just for the potential to catch this thing.
You better hope it does. Because right now you have 2 daughters. But if something happens to Frost because of something you helped her with, you'll have none.
Caitlyn is not letting anyone breathe right now. She is not having any of this, and I love it. I know I've already said that I've enjoyed the scene, but I do. It's just, wow. Like, she's like the sweetest person on the show, so when she goes off on people like this, it's like, what?
And trusting the ones you've trained to make the call themselves.
Joe is spitting facts like he usually does, you know? We have to have a little bit of that Joe knowledge every now and again.
No, you don't get it. You can't help anyone if you're dead.
Okay, it's great to see Carla is finally realizing that she was kind of in the wrong. I have been loving the development between Frost and Carla this episode. It's good to see them kind of form their own relationship outside of Caitlyn.
I swear sometimes you remind me of your father.
Oh, a murderous psychopath.
I find it really interesting how you can really see the difference between how Frost views her father and how Caitlyn views her father. Because if this was something Carla said to Caitlyn, it would have been something she immediately appreciated, just because Caitlyn associates her father with the man she always knew, which was Thomas. So she associates that with like the sweetness and the kindness that she always got from her dad. And Frost immediately associates it with Icicle, like the horrible man that Icicle was. So I think it's really interesting to see their like differing views on that. And you know, I'm hoping that Frost will learn to kind of view Thomas as her dad instead of Icicle.
Gee, thanks.
No, not Icicle. Thomas. Your father would do whatever it took to protect his family too, including creating you to save Caitlyn. But he took it too far. And it cost him a future with the people who loved him the most, and I don't want to see you go down that road.
I low-key hope that we get to see more of Thomas in some capacity, you know? I know we had like a little short scene where we got to see like actual Thomas for like the first time or whatever in season 5 episode 19, but I really hope that we like get to properly see his character, and whether that's through like flashbacks or something, because Caitlin has always talked so positively about her father, and obviously you see the positivity that Carla is bringing up about him as well. And I would actually like to be properly introduced to his character, where, you know, and what I mean by that is like having like either a really long scene or a few scenes where we get to really know him as like the father he was.
I think if we add a secondary cryokinetic signature, it would make the meal more appetizing.
Like frosting on a cake. But I'm unique. No one has cryo powers like me.
I do.
Oh my goodness. Color me shocked. I did not expect them to bring this up at all this episode, nor did I was low-key getting to the point where I didn't think they'd ever bring it up ever again. I thought they forgot about this storyline, but hey, yes, thank you. Now, as happy as I am that they didn't forget about the storyline that they set up, are we actually going to get a storyline out of this? Because, I mean, I don't want this to be just something we mention and then never bring it up again, you know?
Yeah, I remember. It came back negative.
I was wrong. According to my research, my exposure in Icicle's chamber activated a latent cryogene. I don't have ice powers yet, but I have the potential for them.
Okay, so she doesn't actually physically have ice powers yet. Okay, so are there plans with that exactly? Like, are we eventually going to see a point where she does have these metahuman abilities? Because I feel like what we're not mentioning is the fact that she will have an alternate personality if her powers do manifest. So should we assume that eventually that's going to happen?
And if you ever need to learn more about how to control your powers, we're here for you.
Okay, go off, Barry. I love how supportive you are, but she doesn't have the powers yet, so I don't know why we're talking like she does.
So if anything goes wrong,
I know. You'll pull the plug. I trust you.
I'm pretty sure I've already mentioned this before in this video or some other one, but I am loving seeing Barry and Frost interact and team up more this season. It's so refreshing, honestly, because I've always loved their interactions together, so the fact that we're getting more of those interactions and seeing their friendship grow even further is just really great, and I'm really hoping that that theme kind of continues throughout the rest of season 8 and even into season 9.
after this, we can get dinner.
Okay, but only if you let me buy.
Absolutely.
I love the absolutely, like girl was already planning. As she said we should go get dinner, in her mind she was already like, yeah, I'm gonna make mom pay for this. I mean, we all know that Carla Tannhauser has that good money, so I mean, I would be wanting her to buy my dinner too, shoot. I love how you can see how happy Frost is to finally have a good relationship with her mother. Not that they've had a bad relationship prior like Caitlin and Carla have, but you know, to finally actually be really close to her mom and have a stronger relationship with her, you can just tell she's very happy about that. And I hope that maybe we get more episodes where we get to see, you know, further development of her and her mom's relationship and Carla and Caitlin's relationship as well.
Okay, focus on your powers. Like this.
I love little scenes like this where you kind of actually get to hear the character talk about how they control their abilities and how they use certain aspects of their ability when they're trying to explain it to someone else. I love scenes like this. I hope we get more of them because it's interesting to hear it from their perspective. This is just another one of those scenes that show how much Frost has developed over the past couple of seasons from villain to hero. Because if she was still in her I don't care about anyone but myself mentality, kind of like how she was when she was more of like still in her villain type attitude, she probably would have let Carla sacrifice herself. But that mentality for her has been gone for so long. She is so caring for other people, and I just love seeing her development shine more and more. And if there's anything the Flash writers have done right, it is her development. Like, I've hated how they've taken away the sarcastic side of her personality a little bit. It's not as prevalent as it used to be, and I wish they'd kind of bring that back. But as far as going straight from villain to hero, they did a really good job with that. And yeah, that is like, her development is definitely there.
Your mom sounds like she's a fighter.
She is.
She's gonna make a great meta.
Listen, I don't disagree that Carla Tannhauser herself would be a great meta, but I feel like once again we are forgetting that with ice powers comes the alternate personality, which I definitely think we should be alarmed about.
Thank you for keeping us safe, like you always do. Good thing, too, because I couldn't lose you. Either one of you.
This is so sweet. I am glad that we actually are getting a little bit more of them interacting like all together, like all three of them in this episode, because I mean, we had it once before, but they were arguing, so it's great to actually have like an adorable little scene between the three of them.
What happened to going all in? Yeah, I really do need to tell him everything, just, not tonight.
I mean, and honestly, I can't blame her. Like, she should not feel obligated to go all in with this guy when she just started dating him. Like, she's been through so much in her life. She deserves to be able to take it as slow as she wants to.
I should have told you about my condition sooner. I guess I was just worried about what it could mean for me.
I mean, yeah, it's most definitely understandable. If it's anything like how it went for Thomas, I mean, his alter ego tried to kill Caitlin. I mean, if I were her, I would be worried that if I developed an alternate personality, that she would also try to kill my children. That, you know, that's something that's fair. That is something to be worried about, for sure.
Like I said before, you're my daughter, and I love you, Frost.
You do?
More than you could ever know.
This is literally one of the cutest scenes ever. I love it so much.
Can I help you? Who's asking? Your daughter.
Well, I mean, at least they found this girl's mom. I mean, that's good, right?
Whoa. What is wrong with her?
I don't know.
Are you okay? What the hell?
I'm sorry, it's not funny. It's not funny. It's just, it is a little bit. It is a little bit, okay? I mean, it's just not something you expect. You don't expect for Iris to work to reunite this girl with her mom just to make her mom, like, vanish. Holy cow, that is a huge coffee mug. I kind of want it.
Start a normal life together, but there is no normal life for us.
Ronnie?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Listen, Caitlin Snow deserves better than this, okay? Like, she has worked so hard to get over this man, and they are just bringing him back again. Like, please, let her move on with her life and be happy. That is it for this week's episode of The Flash. I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!